I'm here at one of the most beautiful botanical gardens in Virginia, and many people have no idea that it's here or that it's about to completely change.
So come along with us as we explore what's in blue.
Last time we explored a battleship. This time it's a botanical garden. The Lewis Ginter Botanical Garden is a Richmond, Virginia gem that locals know all about, but it's not as well known to visitors.
The story starts in 1884. Lewis Ginter began developing this land on the north side of Richmond. After his death, his niece, Grace Arents, carried his vision forward. She eventually left this property to the city with one stipulation, that it had to become a public park and botanical garden open to all.
Think about that for a moment. Open to all, not for the wealthy, not for the well-connected, for everyone, in an era when that sentiment was anything but common. Grace Arents put it in writing and made it permanent. Grace died in 1926, exactly 100 years ago this spring.
Today, Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens covers more than 80 acres of formal gardens, woodland paths, and one of the most distinctive glass conservatories on the East Coast. Once through the Welcome Center, we took in a wide view of the entire garden. The large glass dome structure on the far end is the Lewis Ginter Conservatory.
We walked by the rose garden on the left, but it's spring and the bees were at work.
Instead, we made our way through the giant wooden circular gate, called a moon gate, and a staple of Chinese garden design. And that makes sense because the gate is the entrance to the Asian Valley Garden at Lewis Ginter.
The Asian Valley Garden operates on its own logic, quieter, more deliberate than the formal beds elsewhere on the property.
It's so peaceful in here. The shade feels nice when it's super sunny out like today.
All along the path, the garden does something we appreciate immediately.
I really love how they tell you with these signs what is growing, because I don't have a clue. A cairn is a human-made stack of stones, historically built as a memorial or a landmark in parks and on trails.
Lewis Ginter is a place where education and beauty share the same path. Neither competes with the other.
That's harder to achieve than it looks.
I love how you find different unique pieces of sculpture and little hidden gems all throughout this park.
The sculpture collection at Lewis Ginter is woven into the landscape, not placed in front of it. Around every corner, something unexpected. That's Grace Arents' gift still at work. A garden designed to reward those who slow down enough to notice.
It's okay. A proposal's going to happen there.
There's a proposal happening way over there. It's beautiful.
We wanted to make sure we weren't getting in the way of the couple's big moment, but we ended up walking in different directions and got separated.
It's the kind of thing that happens in a place like this. You get pulled in by something, a bloom, a pathway, a sculpture, and suddenly you're somewhere else entirely.
It helps if you have a map, which you can download with a QR code when you check in. But even with that, I still kind of got lost. But now I see Burke over there, setting up the chute, so I think I can find him.
Found you.
Yeah, you did.
So did you pass by?
What we didn't know then, but know now, is that getting lost in Lewis Ginter is part of the experience. Grace Arents designed it that way. Not every path leads where you expect, and that, it turns out, is the whole point.
Hey look, there's the kids area. That place is so cool. There's learning activities, there's lots of things to climb and play on. Loads of fun for the kiddos.
Normally in photography, we try not to have the subject have a tree growing out of their head, but anyhow, this would be like a parent's delight. Just let your toddlers roam.
What a great idea. Who doesn't love some chalk? Put your own stamp on stuff.
Exactly. Until the next rainstorm.
Well, yeah. Oh, what's over here?
Lewis Ginter understood something that not every botanical garden has figured out, that the child who plays in a garden becomes the adult who protects one.
The children's garden here isn't an afterthought. It's a deliberate act of investment in the next generation of people who will care about places like this. And it's evident in all the educational stations around the kids area.
So this is an intermediate bearded iris, otherwise known as Mrs. Horace Darwin. So pretty.
In mid-April, Lewis Ginter is at something close to peak bloom. It's the kind of spring display that stops you mid-sentence.
Inside the Kelly Education Center, the garden reveals another dimension of itself. I have never seen such smooth color pencil. It looks like paint. You don't see any of the texture of the paper.
Wow.
Talk about smooth.
Especially the sky.
Okay. Man. Now, if I could just get my students to understand what full coverage means. This is it. I see a blue ribbon, a red ribbon, and a white one down there. But that blue ribbon, that is really cool, that watercolor. So of course I'm trying to figure out how they did it. When it's so soft. And this makes it look like there's actually a fresco on the ceiling. But like all the little spots are like, you know, little frisket resist areas.
Yeah.
You got little angels up in the dome.
What's it called?
June Ascension 2 by Sue Stuller. I hope she sells it for $3,500. I can't afford it.
There's something about a botanical garden that attracts people who pay attention. Artists, photographers, horticulturalists, teachers, people who have trained themselves to slow down and look carefully. You feel that in this library.
Sorry, I teach art and photography, and whenever I see stuff, I'm like,
Isn't that neat?
oh, yes.
And to read about it, because when I studied with her, she was given a very short period of time to make that.
Yeah.
And to do it. in
Oh, my
a
goodness.
short period of time.
I spy with my little eye.
That's Lewis Ginter in one exchange. Somewhere between the irises and the conservatory, you find yourself in a conversation you didn't plan with someone who knows something you don't. And for a moment, the garden gets even larger.
You know me, I cannot resist getting up close and personal to some flowers.
When the expansion opens, it will mark the biggest single transformation in the garden's history. The vision Grace Arents set down in writing, a public park and botanical garden open to all, is about to get considerably larger.
All right, so we've made our day here at Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens, and we found some shade to sit in for a few minutes.
And that is welcome because it is really hot. It's late April, but it feels like July. Overall, it's a really fun day out in Richmond. If you're exploring Richmond, this should definitely be on your list.
And there's great stuff for the kids to do too. There's an awesome tree house that's big enough for us adults. There's lots in the gardens. There's a splash area, a building area. So no matter what the age you are, you'll have something fun to find here. Even if mobility is an issue, the paths are smooth and easily accessible. So we'll be back after the grand reveal of the additions and the expansion.
Right. They're opening up to the public in late May, and we'll be back to shoot a follow-up video. So check us out for that one. And in the meantime, we'll see you in the next video.
Keep exploring.